Good evening everyone, how are you all? Listen, if my nose goes, I apologise. I'm having great problems. In fact, I'm going to have to get some tissue now before we even start. I'm really sorry. Oh, what's going on? It's got to be the changing weather. Blowing Sid's not all the time. Yeah, I've got my glasses on. Are you proud? I have my glasses on. I've brushed my hair. I've had a wash. I've changed my clothes and I'm all ready to go. How are you all? How is everyone? Oh, excuse me. Let's just make that a silent. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Have you had a great day? Monday. I love Mondays. Look, glasses look great. I know. They're growing on me slowly. My eyes look funny though. I always think my eyes look funny. Oh, anyway, it is what it is. It's not about how we look, right? It's about if they serve a purpose, and they are really helping me out, if I'm completely honest, so I'm over it. So, I love Mondays. I'm going to pop that tissue just down there, just remind me, won't you? I love Mondays. Mondays are my forecast for the week ahead, the week gone by, what's appertaining, what's the plan, what's business, where we are as a business, what do we need to do to make us better, how do we grow, blah 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 blah. So I love Mondays. However, that happened first thing this morning because I got tied to the desk inside the shop, as you can imagine, today to help Becky so she can get all the orders off our own web out the door. So you've been incredibly patient. We can't ask you to be any more patient, so we're all mucking in again. So if you've sent me a message or an email from 9 o'clock this morning, I won't have seen it because I haven't had the chance to physically sit down and go through any comments, messages, anything like that. I do apologise. I've managed to put some sample cards on a video on TikTok, so check that out if you are on TikTok. But if you're not, that's it. And that's what I just did in the last hour whilst I was making a ham sandwich for my son. Because, you know, it's like after school they're hungry, right? A ham sandwich and a cup of tea, so for me, not him. So I hope everyone is well. It's lovely to see you all. You know how much I love my Monday Night Lives. So shall we just we'll do a little shout out. I don't want to do too many shout outs because I get in bother. Less talking, more demoing. Okay, I'm listening, I'm all ears. So what we're going to do is we're going to do week gone by, week coming up, and we're just going to sort of like touch on a few things that you might have missed, you might want to talk about. But today I'm going to do a lovely demonstration and show you how lots of you ask about Paul's cards with the embossing folders, and Karen's, because they're very similar in design. So we've got Elaine, clean, simple, crisp, beautiful, incredible. Then we've got our colourist Sharon, who's brilliant with alcohol markers and watercolour and just amazing. But most comments I get is about Paul and Karen's cards with the grungy effect. So I'm going to attempt to show you how to do that yourselves at home. It really is super simple, but it does come with a little bit of practice. So if you're thinking I'd love to create those cards and you're willing to put a little bit of effort in to get the look, then stay tuned because I'm going to do a lovely demo for that. And it is relatively quick and it is relatively easy, okay? And I'll show you the first few steps you need to do to get those looks, okay? Is that okay? Karen's just put mine is similar to Paul's Noble and Jazz. Actually, Karen, they are. I've got a pile of them here, so stop telling fibs. And they've all got your name on them, Elaine's name on them. So actually all of the design team do very similar cards, but they all have their own lane, which they're all wonderful at, as you all know, and that's why they've been on the design team years. You cannot get on my design team because none of them will go away. I'm super nice to them. Bullying. No, we don't do that, right? You know I'm joking. Messy crafting tone. I know. Gonna get these messy. No, we don't get messy. Just because it's grungy, we don't get messy. Not in my world. So let's do a quick shout out and then let's do a quick touch on last week and this week. So I've got Connie, Brenda, Janice, Marilyn, Kathy, Danielle, Melanie, Snuffy Snoo, Michaela, Elaine, Shannon, and then over on this side we have Victoria Gage. Hi sweetheart, I hope you're well. Mary, Louise, Laurie and Sue. So let us know whereabouts in the world you are. We like to know whether you are in sunny England, sunny Florida, Michigan, Chicago, New York, wherever you are, Germany, wherever you are watching from, we'd love to know. So a bit of housekeeping, if you want to share the show, that would be wonderful. We love to share the love of craft. If you like this video, give it the thumbs up and we'll pick a winner at the end of the show for a voucher. And then if you pop a comment underneath, we'll pick a whole bunch of winners for vouchers at some point. I promise. And then you can spend it on the website as you wish. So let's just have a quick look at week gone by. So last week we did our monthly drop. Let's very quickly show you. So this is the monthly mega deal. If you've got it, well done. If you're still waiting and it's on the web, we're getting it out as fast as we can. But it's both of these. So Ray of Sunshine and Summer Vacation. This was the monthly mega deal. So check this one out. It's only available for the month. And then I will give it to TV as like an upsell towards a new item on there. So that's your monthly mega deal. Then on Friday last week, we had our Bells and Blessings collection. So if you missed this one, super quick, sentiments, texture paper, metallic paper effects, and the beautiful bell. And then we were creating cards to the effect of these. So if you missed this one, this is available on the website too. Okay, so couple of things. If you're watching on YouTube, please share if you can. Facebook, please share if you can. If you're watching on mytelly.com, welcome everyone. We love to have your company. If you're watching in the app, well done. And if you're watching on, where's the last one? LinkedIn or somewhere else. There's lots of you on everywhere. So I can't possibly pick up on every platform, but I do my best. So thank you for joining us regardless. Whether you're buying or not, the inspiration is always going to be here. So that's the Bells and Blessings. I'm flying through it, and I want to get to demo, you see. And I know you all love demos. So tonight's drop is our sparkle pens. Now, our Gossip sparkle pens, Gossip, why is it called Gossip, everyone? Because it's ink worth talking about. So basically we have our Gossip pens with the 3 sets in there. This has got clear pink and the sand colour, and I've reduced these to £10. So this is the drop tonight. If you put Gossip into the website, it will come up at the top. They're also underneath the show if you're watching on the website as well. These are wonderful. You see me using the clear all the time, but if you do like to colour your embossing folders and things like that and create backgrounds, these are brilliant. But if you've already got sparkle pens, that's also okay as well, because I think we went through a phase of the whole world doing sparkle pens, didn't we? But not like mine, because if you remember mine had different sparkle and clear ink. Anyway. Is everyone okay? Sarah says it was raining in Spain. Ha 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 ha. She's been to see me today. Do you know what? She stood and watched me pack. She didn't get stuck in. She did not do anything. She brought a stock and said, "See you later, kiddo." See, this is what I'm working with. This is what I'm working with. So, the week ahead, quickly. You love those pens, Adele, me too. I love creating the sunsets and things with them in the background, but the clear one is just an absolute go-to for everyone, and clear is in number 8 if you're wanting a clear one, and you get a nice pink in that as well. And they don't leak. Elaine's just reminded me. Love your Gossip pen, says Elaine. I know they're cool, aren't they? I do love them. I'm going to be doing some more colours moving forwards because you all keep asking. But anyways, so the week ahead. Busy old week, busy old week. Right, so, well, it's busy for me. But what you need to know about is Wednesday we have our Deal Hunters. That's at 1 o'clock. Friday I have a one-day special with Sarah. She's got her next little mini collection out. You all love Sarah's collection. So that will be available on Friday at 1 o'clock, and then I'm having the rest of the year off. I'm all joking. I wish I was. No, all joking. I like to be busy. So that's that. And then on Thursday, the 12th, I'm on Create and Craft. That's this Thursday. But I'll keep you posted in relation to that one. I was going to show tonight, but I'm going to save it because there's lots to talk about. And it's only a mini collection anyway, so I'll talk about that. So before I go any further, these, I've got them on the website. You've been pestering my life. got these on the website. So it's your all occasions. So for those of you that don't buy off online TV shopping and like to buy direct, these are now available on my website. It's the all occasions slimline A2 and 5x7. So these are available now for you all. I'm sorry I didn't get them on sooner. I've just been so busy. I've had so many messages about those, and Becky as well has had so many messages about those. So are we ready to go? That was a quick flash through, wasn't it? Do you like it when I just fly through things like that and get to demo, or would you prefer me to spend a little bit more time going through questions and things like that? You'll have to let me know. I do listen to your comments, I promise. So we've got Mary from Coatbridge, Scotland. Weather's not so good. Oh no. Will the sparkle pens be on HSN? They won't, Beth. Probably not for a while. Still need to get my brand out there before I start bringing things like that, unfortunately. Sarah says, 2 rights you watched. Good to see you working for a change. Are you kidding me? I must do about 15 to 20,000 steps a day. I never stop. Hey, people know you're fibbing, Sarah. They know you're fibbing. So Shannon, question, are you going to be in studio on HSN next week? Great question. Now, you're not going to like this, Shannon, because I didn't like it either, but there is not a thing I can do about it. So I told you that I was having a meeting with my buyer on last week, didn't I? So what's happening is the craft events on HSN are changing from a 24-hour event to like just a day event. Now I can only tell you the snippets of information that I have at the moment. Please don't take them as a given, because HSN's figuring it all out what they're doing moving forwards. But I do know that it's not going to be a 24-hour event, okay? Which means I'm not in the event. Although I have brand new lines, so there's not enough airtime to get everybody in. So my product from September is going to be moved into October. I know you're all like throwing your slipper at the TV. I know, so am I. Frustrating. But HSN are remoulding, rebuilding and trying to make the events better from what I can see. On a positive note from that though, I have a full hour in January. Full hour in January. I don't want to talk too much about it. I do not want to tempt fate or jinx it in any way after last time's debacle. So that's where we're at the moment. So I know it is what it is. But what I will try and do is I'll try and do just extra demos myself. I don't even think it's going online, the product. I'm not sure. It's still up in arms exactly what they're doing. I think they'll let me know because they know I book flights, so they've let me know as early as they possibly could, but they still don't know themselves how it's going to look and how it's going to phase out. So watch this space. I'll keep you posted at every stage I can. So anyway, shall we move on? Thanks for reminding me, Shannon, because I would have completely forgot to tell you about that. So what's appertaining? I said I was going to do embossing folders. So I hope other than that everybody's well, everybody's happy, everybody's crafting and smiling. No question on that. Yay for January. I know. We've got to take a positive out of it, haven't we? So, you know, and it'll be here before we know it. So, woohoo, full hour. Yep. I know you probably, Janice, I'm so sorry, but yay to the full hour. Absolutely. I know, Denise. Right, okay, let's do some crafting. So did you all answer my questions about what do you want me to do? Questions, shout outs, conversations for a little bit longer, maybe the first 20 minutes and then demos, or would you prefer me just to go straight in, question answer as quick as I can, tell you what's coming and then demo? You'll have to let me know, guys, because the hour is precious and I don't get off at time often enough to sit down for 1 question and answers and 2 to demo. So we really need to fit it in and manage it the best that we can, okay? Excuse me, and I will be guided by you guys as well. Right, so I have some card here and we're going to use the new embossing folder and I'm going to show you how to do that wonderful technique. Now to do this technique I'm going to use the slimline one, the all occasion one. And so you need some ink pads. You can have a paintbrush. You don't need watercolour paint. You can use your ink pads if you want to. And then just have some fun. You're going to need some water, a brush, demos, question answers later. Okay, Teresa, let me just grab a brush. Demos. Okay, that's absolutely fine by me. So if I just feel like sometimes I'm rushing you all because I you know, I'm rushing you all. But if you're okay with a quick shout out, quick question and answer session, of course you can ask the questions as we go throughout the show as well. But I don't want to waste the first 20 minutes doing all of that when really 20 minutes, we're 20 minutes in now and I haven't started my demo. So if we make a pact together as a family, a crafty family, that by 20 past we need to start a demo. So we've got 40 minutes of demos. So whether that be one demo, 2, 3, whatever it's going to be, we'll try and do a 40-minute demo for us all, okay? So first of all, what we're going to do is we are going to run the card through. Now I'm going to use a watercolour card. I like that I can move the ink around a little bit nicer, but it is totally personal preference, okay? So let's put this one in here. So I like the slim, I really like the slim one this time on these. You know, I don't make very many slimline cards, but I do like this one. I just like the panel where you can pop a sentiment, and it can go up or down too. I'm doing it without even putting you on the overhead. But I do hope everyone is well. The weather has changed, hasn't it? Has anybody put the heating on yet? Crikey. Crikey O'Reilly. So let's just get my machine. And we'll just run this one through. Demos are great. Okay. I think sometimes it's just nice to just see how techniques are done, and then you can build on them at home, can't you? Sometimes. So I'm just going to run this one through very quickly on my machine. Because it's a slimline one, I'm going to have to like push it up. We'll do a bit of it and then push it up, okay? No heating yet, saving it for winter. I did succumb. I did put it on. So I'll just run it through a little bit and then I'll push it up. So if you do give this technique a try, please let us know. So I'm just going to push it up now and then just do this side. Hopefully lots of you have got these because they were on TV a couple of weeks ago now. So if you've got these, you could absolutely do the same as me. I'm just going to do that bit. Adele had her heating on last night just to warm it through. Just to warm the bathroom through. I know the temperature has dropped. It definitely has. So we'll pick a lovely winner today as well, and we'll give you a nice voucher. Hey, we'll get rid of those wintry, autumny blues. We'll give you something exciting, right? So let's have a look at this. Do you know, I never get bored of opening an embossing folder. Never, never, never. Never, never, never. I just love our embossing folders. Really, really love them. So passionate about it. I love it, love it, love it. And then you get the incredible deboss side as well. Textured side, look at that. So pretty. Right, so don't put this away because you're going to need this again, because you're going to run it through to create that lovely, like, grungy black background. Although I don't think I've got a black ink pad. I have got brown though, so we'll do a vintagey. We'll do a vintagey type style colour. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some colour to the flowers. So let's get an ink pad. Let's get some pink, some orange. Let's do a little bit of a multicoloured one, hey? And this is sort of like your first initial laydown. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Just need to get some colour on here. Let's get a bit of green for our leaves. So I'm not using pans because you might not have watercolour pans in your stash. I'm just using my ink pad. So use what you have in your stash. Don't go out and spend on expensive kit unless you want to. But for now, if you're just starting out, this is a great. Let me just pop me on there. Look, there we go. They are so lovely, Carol. Right, so all I'm going to do is clean clear water just in a coffee glass. I'll make member of staff of coffee in this tomorrow. I'm joking. Oh. Right, so I'm just going to put water all over the flower. Now I'm not trying to be precise. This is the brilliant thing about it, okay? So try not to be precise. Let's pick up some pink. I'm just going to drop the pink into the flower, okay? Let it drop into the creases, let it do its thing, and then we'll move on to another. Okay? Let's do this one. So water. This is when, if you add the water first, it just disperses and gives you like a lovely even, like dispersive colour on there. So you don't have to do it this way. Everything I do is just by practicing playing around. So just play around with it, you know. I promise you the embossing folder will not jump off the table and take a chunk out your arm. I promise you it won't. So a bit of orange on that one. You see how this embossing folder looks beautiful this way, all this way. So pretty, so pretty. Well, let's do this one here. Bit of yellow. I'm doing a multicoloured. All my flowers are going to be mixed, not like one colour, but of course if you're doing like a wedding card or something like that, you could absolutely pick the colour appropriate. So thank God they don't bite. I know, right? Could you imagine? I would walk in like blooming Freddy Krueger with all my bites. Like, so back in with some pink here. And then I'm going to do pink on this one as well, because I don't want them to be like in uniform. I'm not a uniform kind of crafter. I like it to be quite sporadic. So with this one we'll go pink again. And if you get like a big puddle of water, a great technique for you all is if you get your brush and sort of like empty the water out your brush, squeeze the water out so it's dry, and then if you put your brush back on, the brush will lift the ink off. You see it in my hand? So it's sort, it will drink any excess water, any puddles. There we go. I know you end up with that, but you know, we all have our tissue somewhere. On my nose. Where's that gone actually? Let's not talk about noses. So let's move down to this part here. Make sure I've got into that flower. So I like that the yellow's gone into that pink a little bit. That's my look. But if you don't do two next to each other and then you won't get the bleed. So this one, this is quite pink now. Let's go yellow on this one. Use a water brush. Yeah, a lot of people use water brushes. I've never got on with water brushes though, me. So at the moment it's pretty, right? But it's pretty pants. It's pretty flat in design. It's not much going on as it stands. Nice though, but you know, we can do better. So we've just got a little bud here. And if you go over the edge, it's not the end of the world. Trust me, when you start to bring it all together, it'll come together beautifully. Okay. Right, let's get some, shall we do a bit of green for the leaves? Let's just add some water first. Don't be scared if it blends and bleeds. Put a bit of green on there. And I'm just going to leave the buds, okay? So I'm going to save my ink, because we're going to come back to it when we do it, okay? So let me just get my gun. So at this stage I've covered what I want to cover, added a light wash. So let's just blast it off. So one lady saying due to time difference she would like demos middle, if that's okay. Brenda, I will absolutely do my best, sweetheart. Thank you for joining us. So that's pretty good to go. Now this is the point where you absolutely ruin it. Absolutely ruin it, right? So I'm going to take a brown ink pad. Now this is an oxide, but you can use any ink pad you want to. And I'm going to do both sides. In fact, no, I won't do both sides because there's no need. I'll just make sure I'm on the right side, which is this one here. So yeah, that's correct, Timo. So I need to ink up this side. So I'm going to take the brown and swipe the whole. Now black looks incredible. I don't have black. We're going with brown because that's all I have. Okay. Now when you swipe your ink, when you swipe your embossing folder, can you see you've got like these distressed lines? If you like only want part of it, leave it as is like that. If you want the lines in there, if you want more, if you want full coverage, add more. What I'm going to do though first is I'm going to do one layer, see how I like it, because we can't take it back, right? And then we'll go from there. So all I'm going to do now is my piece of artwork. I'm going to add back in. Make sure it's the right way, Tony. Now you can spray with this water, you'll get a different look again, okay? So personal preference. So now you can see when we add it back in, it'll slot back into place. Do you hear it click there? So as you can see now, you can see we're going to end up with like a little bit of a wood stain, tea stain effect background on there. So let's just run this one through. I'll not put that ink pad away because I feel like I probably need to do it a second time, maybe a third. We'll see how we go. So let's just run this one through. So first step, let's just go back over. Sorry for the big pop, it makes a noise. First step then, remember, is colour the pieces that you want to pop. Second step, cover the whole embossing folder with, not powder, folder with a coloured ink pad. So brown, black looks incredible, blue looks awesome too. So play around with some colour. Let's see how dark this one is. I'll just move that out there. Now you could absolutely pen some lines in there, pen some lines in and make it look like a wood grain panel, no bother at all. And this part here, if you don't like it, we can get our white ink pad and push it back so it's nice and crystal clear for our sentiment. I like it. Do I love it? No. I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to take the brown again. Now a cool technique, and I think I've seen Paul do this several times, did you see how when I inked this up I went like that? A cool technique now would be to go like that, and you'll get like the cross hatching on there, but I'm going for like a vintage wood grain type, so it makes sense to go the same way, but experiment with the way that you swipe your ink pad, okay? So back on again, and don't worry about your a good hack as well is if you don't want this panel, just wipe it off, look, before you run it through. But I don't mind it, I like the distress. So this time I'm going to get in a little bit more. Like so. And then we'll run this one back through again. Fabulous, isn't it? Honestly, it's so cool. And then what we're going to do is we're going to spray it with some water. So I'm going to line it back up. And when I put it on, I'll feel it click into place. Back in. There we go. This is just going to make it a bit darker. Here we go. So I'm going for the woody, grainy, vintage type style look, okay? I'm going to spray, you're going to be horrified because I'm going to spray it all with some water in it. It's all just going to blend and bleed. Well, that's the look. That is the look where I'm after today. hopefully it's a bit darker this time. Look at that. Now we're talking, right? So now I'm just going to move it out of the way. Now we're going to spray with some water. Ruin it, right? No, you don't ruin it, I promise. Patricia says she learned so much. And you can do this with anybody's embossing folders, Tricia. You do not have to buy mine. As long as they're a good, decent 3D one, you should be fine. So water, I'm going to spray. Just let it do its thing, right? Just let it do its thing. Can you see how that brown sat in those flowers beautifully now? Need to add a bit more. Don't be tight with water. It will look cool, trust me. And give it a second to do its thing. This is, look at, I can't tell you how gorgeous this is. Look at the 3D on that. It's good, guys. I'm just looking if I have my confetti ink here with me. Oh. Just let it work its magic for a second. That's so good. I don't even have a white ink pad. What am I playing at? I think I'm going to have to disappear and grab my white ink pad. Would you mind? Horribly. Let's just give this a second though. Let's mop the excess water up with some tissue. Unless it's in here. Now when you're playing around with colour and things like this, got my gold, not my white. When you're playing around with colour like this, when you do it, like say for instance you didn't want it that dark, okay? If you've got a good white, a confetti or like a white ink pad or something, you can always pull the design back, okay? I'll show you that in a second. See how you're getting that? Just that question. Shannon, question, does the next magazine come out in October? Shannon, it totally does. The problem I have at the moment though, Shannon, is because all of September's new lines are now being pushed into October's lines, there's about 20 new products. And again, because the shows have been reduced, I'm not even sure I'll be even in that one. I don't know. I know we just have to just see what they say, and as soon as I know, I'll let you know. Like I say, nothing's a given at the moment. So now what you can do is you can take your ink pad and swipe across it, but first of all I'm just going to dash and get my white ink pad, if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen. So just talk amongst yourselves. I will literally be 1 minute. 1 minute. I'm back. Sorry about that. I'm back. I got them. Thanks, guys. It's very vintage. It totally. So I've just got two of my fave things that I use all the time. Now I just need to dry this. It's a little bit damp, so let's get our gun. Now do bear in mind that if you use an oxide, you're going to get a different look to if you just use your oxide walnut stain. So you get different looks. This is giving like patchy vibes, like the white, rusticy. So, you know, play around. I remember Paul once saying to me he can put his design back in his embossing folder up to about 8 or 9 times. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I keep just going and I keep going and I keep going. I keep going. I'm like, right, okay. Okay. So let's have a look at a blending board. So is it still damp? We're all right. So now you can take your ink pad directly to and rattle it on top. And you're thinking, oh, I've gone and ruined it. You haven't. You haven't. It's just to enhance the back. And now, because I'm going to try and replicate the wood panel background, I'm going to swipe. So the way that I like to swipe is from one end in, like so. Watch what happens. Can you see the lines coming on there? See? And don't worry about this, because I'm going to push that back with my white ink pad. But you know what? It really is fun. It's a piece of paper. If it looks pants when we're done, it'll go in bin. Right? It'll go in bin. Nothing was hurt, nothing lost. Remember when I penned in that wood panel in there, I put the rivets in with a biro. I've just got my biro now. I could do that, couldn't I? So I'm literally just got my ink pad on a tilt, and as you can see, it's pretty much disappearing to note anyway. So let's try this. Straight. You can use your embossing folder edge if you want to. So I'm going with the panelled wood effect here. So some pens might not work on top of, so you know. So can you see the line? Is it there? Maybe I need to press on a little bit harder so you can see it. So I'm going to the design. There we go. Can you see that there? Then the next panel. So how thick do we want our panels? We'll go about that thick, I think. Don't worry if you do this and you hate it, I'm pushing it back with a white ink pad, so you'll probably not see most of it anyway. So just bear that in mind. And it's good to not have to get everything out and play, isn't it? Sometimes good just to play. So I've got my second panel. Is that straight? Yeah. I mean, if you want to measure and be equal, of course you can do that. Is that about right? Let's go there. And I think we'll just fit a tiny one on the end so my panels are a little bit equal. And I mean a little bit because, like, as you can see. And then we will do different length panels. So we'll go one here. process. You're all like looking at me like as if to what on earth is she doing? I know, but I'm okay with that. See now how you've got your panels, and then you just add a little rusty rivet. And then I do need a darker colour, so I'm going to take my black, try and get a bit of, I should really get a smaller brush. I should really tidy this off, shouldn't I, because it's going to cause me chaos, so I can put some more ink on there. And then we'll try and get a bit of black on here, turn it over, see. You see how you get this? And then we take our brush and the panels, we add and then stick with the process, guys, because honestly we are going to push it all back with some white. See how it gives you this light paneling, and this is going to be white as well, or as near as I can get it. My flowers a bit, make them a bit darker. What's the worst that could happen, right? That's not a bad effort. And then you need another brush, and we'll do over with some white. I've got a smaller brush, hopefully I have. Here we go. And then just put the lid on this one. It's hard to believe, Janice, it started, I know, but isn't it wonderful? And then the next one I'd probably do again, but I'm doing a black or a blue oxide, so you can see like the blue oxide looks like driftwood, the teal ones look like driftwood as well, so add a bit of teal in, play around with it, right? So here's some white. Which is grey because my brush is mucky. Let's just give my brush a clean. Not good enough, Tony. Not good enough. And if you've got a white gel pen, you can add accents and highlights. All sorts of good stuff, guys. We're going to have to just go with this. In fact, let's just do it, look. I'll blend it out with my brush then. Come back to the flowers. And then the flowers. Did I do good there, guys? I think I did. Let's just get some more of this. Have the confidence to really get that white on and get it in those panels. Because it does pretty much dry back to nothing. You know where you like, it's the same old, isn't it? If you like a piece of work, we're scared to ruin it. That's where I'm at the moment. I really like what's going on so far. I feel like... Now, if I had a black oxide now, I would put the black oxide in here and run it through and push it all back with the black. I just don't have a black, and I feel like if I use this just everyday ink pad, which is a stamping ink pad, it will totally ruin it. So let's push this back with some white. So I'll try and paint over it and push it back. And then we'll have a nice lighter coloured area to do our lovely sentiment on there. Now do know that when you add this white, it's going to activate this brown. You see? So just bear that in mind. But it's going to push it back. And I'll probably do a few layers and push it right back. Pull our panel back. Here we go. And maybe we could try, if you've got a very steady hand, mind you, a gel pen would work on that. If you are a quick card maker, this demo is totally not up your avenue. But if you do like to faff, and if you do like to play with the stuff that you've bought in your stash where you've been inspired by people, then this demo is definitely for you. You've got to give it a try and see what you come out with. Got to. Now we're talking. That looks like a piece of porcelain now. So I'll dry that and then we'll add another layer. And this is our white confetti ink. It's out of stock, but there is some more coming. But you could use an acrylic if you wanted something. Look at that. Do you think I should cover that, or do you think that looks cool, distressed like that? Let's just add a bit more white. I mean, that is cool, right? I'm sorry, it is cool. In my world, it's cool. Nobody's going to tell me otherwise. So if you wanted it pure white, you'd just have to layer build with your inks. That's better, isn't it? Let's just, like I say, if you've got a gel pen, you could do it in the gel pen too, round the edge. You couldn't obviously paint the centre with it, but I don't know why I'm shaking. You're making me nervous, everyone. And then I think, do you know what I might do now? I mean, it's great, isn't it? It's great, no doubt about it. But I think we should ink up the embossing folder in white and run it through. What do you think? Do you think I should ink this up in white and then run it through? Shall we? Now you all see how good it looks now. Just remember, oh excuse me, that was awful. Just remember how good it looks now, because if at this stage I ruin it, you all remembered when to stop on your own demos, right? But this is the fun part about it. Let me make the hash of it. If it's going to be a hash, then you don't have to do it. But I do feel like we would really get away with adding the white ink pad to here. Let me just clean this first. Let's just clean our embossing folder. It really looks like a piece of wood. It does. It really does. But if you don't want to do this technique right, and you love the look, you have tons of wood grain papers from me. It's one of my all-time favourite papers to do. Run the embossing through the folder through on some of our wood grain papers. In fact, is this is wood grain paper in the back of here, I believe, or some form of paper. You see that here? So if you don't want to do the backgrounds, think about your papers. Here's another one, look. Black ink pad swiped over. This is the peonies that you all got last week. This one. Slimline peonies. Okay, so let's dry this one off. Loving the distress. It's personal preference. I'm loving it myself, but you know, I'm hoping I'm inspiring you. Let's just try this. So before I add the white, let's add some depth to our flowers. They're very flat. We need to add a bit of colour. Okay, so let's get our pink again. Let's just, this is, you're all probably thinking, oh my goodness me, when's it going to end? It's probably not. It is probably not. This is the beauty of this sort of technique. you know, you can just keep going and keep going and keep going. Okay, so I'm going to add some darker pink into, and you're probably thinking, oh, it's going to be dark, it's going to be dark. It is going to be dark, but I'm going to push it back anyway. So let's just get a little bit of dimension in the centres of these flowers. There's a bit of pink in that one. Where else was a pink one? I don't think I've lost which ones were pink now. So just in the centre, we've gone a little bit darker. And again, if we put it on and we don't like it, what do? We push it back with some white, it's fine. So now they're going to pop in the centres of those. Let's just get a bit of pink on those buds. Just bringing the colour back to life because we've lost it a little bit. So that's that one. Then we've got orange. Janny says she needs to get her housework done before she tries this. Bless you. So then we've got a little bit of orange on here. So basically I'm just adding like an overlay of orange and the darker intense in the centre. It's coming back nicely, isn't it? And then we'll run out. I think I'm going to run it through with a white. A bit too much water on that. Do you know what I'm thinking about doing, guys? Let me know if you think this is a good idea. But because I now give vouchers on giveaways now, it's just easier. I was making a lot of mistakes. People were getting gifts that they shouldn't have received, and people were not getting gifts that they'd won weeks ago, and it just started like getting really chaotic at times. So what I decided to do was to do the voucher element of it for you all, and it's working. You know, I give you a voucher and that's it. But what I'm thinking about doing is, if you place an order in the live show like this evening, I'm thinking about putting in what I've made. So if anybody thinks that's a good idea, please tell me, and then I give it to Becky and she'll pop it in somebody's order. I think that's a good idea, do you? So I'm just highlighting the centres of the flowers because when we run that white through, it'll give us a light and shade in the centres. And if you share, I'm going to get a winner through from Karen at some point. I'm nearly done actually. I'll pick a winner also. That will be nice. So we've added the dimension. Need a bit of green on our leaves. That's a lovely idea. I think so too, because I end up getting inundated with everything. Gets a little bit out of hand, as you can imagine. So, and then if somebody gets it in their order, they can give us a shout out on a Monday to say I got the make. That'd be nice, won't it? So green, green, green. So I'm just enhancing. Let's dry it off and let's run it through on the white and see what happens. What's the worst that could happen, right? Laurie says, thanks so much for the demo, Tony, it's wonderful. You're very welcome. So let's do the white. I got it that way, I did it. Just double check. Make sure you get your embossing folder the right way. You're going to make it up right, so it's this one. And if it pushes it back too much, I think you know now that you need to go back in and add some more colour. And if it doesn't do it at all, we'll just be grateful you haven't ruined your project. So I'll pop this on here like so, slot it back into place. I think that's good. See now, looks like it's too white now, but we'll see. Might not all transfer over. You never know unless you do it right. Connie says she's loving this. We are happy you're here, that is very true. I've no idea how this is going to look, how it's going to turn out or anything, but I've enjoyed the process. Move it down. And then a bit of gold gilding wax maybe. Pushing it now, aren't we? No, I'll be happy with it whatever happens. Should I have a look first? So some of the white's gone over, not all. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take my white, because we can, right? And we're going to just go over those flowers just a little bit more. Really give it that vintagey. Get those flowers, pick up all of that lovely detail, rat-a-tat-tat. What do we think? I don't think that's turned out bad at all. That is not a bad effort, Tony. What do we think? What a picture. What a picture. Can't tell I'm happy with that, can you? Sometimes you just gotta play. Somebody's gonna win this. So pretty. I'm happy with that, guys. Piece of wood. It was a piece of card that we just made our own. Did you see that? I didn't stay within the lines with the colour. One layer of colour, ink up the embossing folder, go through, and this would look just beautiful with a stamp in there that says have a great day. Nice a lot. There we go. Have I got a winner? Let's have a look. So Karen's picked a winner. So the winner this evening, just message me or Karen for a voucher and we will sort you out. But the winner this evening giveaway is Danielle Hayes. So well done, sweetheart. You have won a voucher for our website. If you want to win a voucher for a second time, if you go onto YouTube and pop a comment underneath this live video, I'm going to do a whole bunch of giveaways and they take ages to get through. So if you're thinking it's wasted time because I haven't announced, I am behind the curve, but I promise you we do them. 17 I think we gave away last time. So let's just have a quick look at the card again. Congratulations, sweetheart, you are the winner, Danielle Hayes. Well done, darling. I hope you've enjoyed this show and I hope you've got some, if I've just inspired you just to paint an embossing folder, I've done my job. But that is not a bad effort, and this is going to go in somebody's parcel who's placed an order this evening within the show, or placed something from the show this evening. So that's it. I hope you had a great time. I'll see you all Wednesday at 1 o'clock, shall I? Congratulations. Yeah, lovely to have your company, guys. I've had the best 40 minutes I've had in a long time, so well done, everybody. And I will catch you all later. Have a great day. Take care, guys. Bye.